welcome to You Gotta See This Movie podcast. The two guys like to talk about movies as well as the deeper things that make these stories more than just a movie. And today we are talking about Jim's first time watch last night of the 1968 classic Night of the Living Dead, directed by
That's my zombie.
George
That's my
Romero.
zombie sound.
Really?
I don't know.
That's your zombie sound?
No.
So if you ever became a zombie, that's the sound you're going to be making out in the streets.
It'd be like, oh. Is that good?
So, yeah. So if we're all boarded up in the house with my kids and I hear that sound, I'm like, this is Jim.
It's just me. Okay, I have one question to start.
Okay, I don't want to know yet, but
But
go
there's
ahead.
one question
All
to
right,
start.
Okay.
Okay. Was the term, okay, this is 1968, right?
1968.
Was the term zombie a thing in 1968?
Yes, it was.
It was.
Because of a movie in the 30s called White Zombie.
Isn't that a drink?
Could be. I don't know.
Okay, I don't know.
But it's has to do with like the Haitian, I think it's Haitian voodoo. People would get mad at you. They would give you a drug. You would appear to be dead. And because they don't have a morgue, they're going to bury you that day. But you're not dead. You just appear to be dead. They bury you. Some guys come back later. They unbury you. You're taking all these drugs so that you just are mindless. And then they sell you into slavery to work the farms.
Wait, you said you buried you, though. How do you breathe? You guys still breathing, right?
Well, you could breathe for a little while before you suffocate.
They bury
Yeah,
them
some time.
shallow.
Yeah.
Little air pocket.
Yeah, some time.
Okay.
So they come back later. They get them, sell them to slavery. And then every once in a while, those guys will escape. And then you'll see them in the town market. And people are like, oh my gosh, Fred, we thought you died. We buried you. You're a zombie.
But he doesn't say anything. He just goes,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or, who
Or something
knows?
like
but
that.
that's like the legit real world zombie. That stuff really does happen. And, you know, we have a friend that did a documentary, and they went out looking for, in that other country where, I forgot what country it was, but went out looking for zombie people. It's a real thing.
Did he find any? I don't remember.
I don't know if they did. He said they
not.
were, but
Uh-huh.
it is a real thing. It's that aspect of it. So to answer your question, was the term zombie used in 1968? Yes. However,
this movie, they weren't zombies.
they weren't. Yes, you're
Right.
correct.
Right.
In fact, they don't even use the Z word in the movie at all.
Well, that's why I asked.
They
if
call
it
them
was-
ghouls. They call them a bunch of different things. So, as you know, probably you don't really watch the zombie movies, but everyone's fascinated by them.
Everyone.
Fascinated by the concept.
Everyone,
Tons
yeah.
of zombie movies. People like to fantasize what they would do in a zombie scenario. All the supplies. Where would I live?
Yeah, you told me
weapons
that.
I'd
You
have.
said Costco.
At one point, I did think Costco, but I also felt like people would target that, and I would never be safe. Not necessarily from the zombies, but from other people, because they're going to want what I have. So,
Yeah, they'd probably break the doors and junk and ruin the whole thing. Yeah.
So that being said, none of that would exist if it wasn't for this movie, because this movie changed the game. This movie introduced the idea that zombies were dead and that they're cannibalistic, that they eat live people.
Now, were there any other
Nothing.
Living Dead zombie-esque movies prior
Nope.
to this movie?
It was all this movie.
Wow.
So you think that like all these filmmakers and storytellers all owe this guy a debt of gratitude because it would never be a thing.
Gosh, because in my mind, I'm thinking there's got to be like something from like the 30s and 40s with the
Nope.
zombie. No?
Not like this.
Wow.
Not the cannibalistic dead.
Okay, I gotta add to my rating. I gotta move it up a little bit.
Because
Okay.
it has its place in history.
No, it does.
It does. And
yeah.
you know, it's one of those things where it's you know, I put him right up there with George Lucas as far as like someone who creatively brought something new to film or something new to the genre, something that no one's ever seen or done, and then has been replicated 100 times since. So, and it was such a cheap movie to make. Like, I don't, you probably didn't watch the behind the scenes, but it's got a really good documentary as far as him and his friend, they did industrial commercials for like factories.
Oh, okay.
And they did Mr. Rogers, and that was all their film experience. Okay. And then they decided they want to make their own movie, and they got some investors. I think the investor pitched in was like $300 or something like that. And that got them to be in the movie as a zombie. So it's just really good. And then when they were done editing and done, they just put their film in the back of their car, drove to New York, and went to theater begging, "Okay, can you just show this movie? Can you just show this movie?"
Wow.
And then the rest is history. So my history behind this movie, to be honest, I was terrified of zombies. Like, for some reason, not this movie, but other zombie movies were like scary movies I could not watch because it scared the crap out of me. The Thriller video scared the crap out of me.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. There's something about like the dead people chasing me and they're going to eat me if they catch me.
Zombie Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Wow.
Freaked me out. So much so that I would like actively like look at maps and think to myself, the nearest graveyard, that I think I would have time to hear the zombies coming if I was sleeping versus them sneaking up on me at night.
Wow.
Yeah, that was crazy. But
I never had a fear of like kid zombie. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I'm always thinking that they're kind of dead-esque and they just move kind of slow. So what are they going to do?
Freaked me out, man.
What are they going to do?
Freaked me
But they do get you.
They do get you.
Yeah.
This movie, interesting enough, because it was shot so guerrilla and so like, hey, just begging, never copyrighted. So this was on PBS for years. Went to public domain like almost immediately.
Oh, wow.
I think it's copyrighted now, but so I only ever saw it on PBS like during Halloween time, and I felt like it was constantly at night, always on, because they were like, I can't believe we're getting away with this. We have this movie. So, and then I remember my grandpa one time, he bought the movie and we watched it, at his house. But that's my history with it. They've been remakes, they've been sequels. I like those a little bit better, but those always freaked me out more. So that being said, you watched it for the first time. What were your thoughts?
Well, I know I've known of this movie, obviously, for a long time. Not my genre of film per se, but I do fancy a good cheesy, black and white 50s sci-fi movie. It doesn't matter if it's good or not. It's just fun, right?
Right.
First thoughts. Okay. Getting into it, I kind of had a feeling of what it was going to be. That it's a B movie. You kind of guess what's going on. It was weird because like I want to say the first half or maybe the first third of it, it was kind of like, oh yeah, this is kind of going slow. It's like, okay, I've kind of had enough of this gal that doesn't have it all together.
Yes,
I
agree with that.
She really needs to snap out of it because I don't think I can take.
Punched her right in the
face. I don't think I can take her much longer, right? Because she's just like, seriously? I mean, I know your brother died, and I know zombie tried, but it's not like you took a blow to the head, like you know what I mean? It's like, hey, come on, snap out of it. Got to fight these things, or something, right? But there was a certain point in the movie where it's like it took off and it started, and I guess when they started adding other characters,
or when the basement dwellers, came up,
the basement people, and then were there? No, they were all from the basement, right? Yeah, yeah. So you had the husband and wife and the daughter,
and then the two teenagers.
I
think they're teenagers.
Yeah,
young couple.
Yeah. I mean, it was decent story writing, I mean, it was, and then you said it's new. It's like, this is a whole new concept. So, and then you throw in the sort of the sci-fi twist to it where it's like radiation from space causing it, so that's fun. I think the only thing in the movie that seemed kind of like B-movie cheesy is when the reporters were talking to the dignitaries and the general and stuff. And I'm like, Yeah, it was like kind of.
So I kind of liked it, but I get why it's cheesy because it's definitely like we're talking to the audience. We're trying to tell you what this is without trying to tell you what this is.
Yeah.
But I always like the whole when it gets to like the radio and the television, you're seeing like this is happening because it starts very small. It starts in one space, one time, with her and her brother, which you think like, oh, this is the main characters of the movie.
Yeah.
She's not. But even Johnny with his cool driving gloves, which made me think like, when did that stop being a thing? When did people stop wearing driving gloves as they did road
I don't know.
trips?
I think it's one of those things like either you wear driving gloves or you don't.
So you're saying back in the 60s, not everyone did that. It was a special type of person.
The type of person like I'm driving. He's got his new Pontiac Le Mans.
Got it.
Which I thought it was a GTO, but it wasn't. I had to look it up. And then I was actually shocked that they wrecked the car. Like, did they have a budget to wreck the car? Because
no, they borrowed. I remember hearing this story. They borrowed that car from, I don't know if it was a producer, but yeah, they had to fix it
because they jacked it up good,
right?
And I'm thinking, you think B movie, low budget?
It was. Yes.
They would shoot it to where you see it hit, but on the opposite side, that they really didn't mess it up. I have a feeling the director probably was like,
"Ooh,
go." He's probably like, "Just wreck it, and I'll deal with it later."
Right.
Yeah.
They the beginning. I always like the beginning. The whole chase. But you're right. There comes to a point where she's very whiny.
Yeah.
And it's just like you need to move on from this, and you need to start helping.
Yeah, even if it's just sorting nails or something,
right?
Or just talk,
or just get it together,
and talk.
Because it's weird. It's like you've done so well surviving, getting to the house. Then now why are you breaking down?
Yeah.
Why is your fight or flight mode done?
Yeah.
At this point, but yeah, the beginning with the brother, that line, "They're coming to get you, Barbara," is always good.
Yeah.
What's interesting is we talked about the whole like how people talked in old movies versus modern. Like we talked about with Psycho.
Yeah.
He did a little bit as he was playing. He did that old timey talk, but that's not how he was talking throughout the whole movie. The whole first zombie or ghoul or whatever, because they never say zombie. And it just starts very, really small, one spot, and then they get to the house, and then there's more and more, and
just keeps building.
Yeah,
that's really
setting fire to furniture.
I think I was sharp. I was really impressed with his survival skills.
Right.
He was right there with the fire.
Mm-hmm.
I was really impressed that he would take the interior doors out and use those to nail them against the windows. That was smart. Taking apart the furniture. Although, his boarding techniques, seemed a little weak. And there was this moment where it's like, the house is protected. They can't get in now. And right behind them, there's a window. It's just right there. It's like, right. They can come in right there. Right there. Yeah.
Or like when he says, "I'm going to go upstairs, but I'll come back later and I'll fortify everything." It's like, no, just do that. That now.
Just do that now.
Before you go upstairs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that. All those characters are very unique in the sense that they all kind of represent somebody in a survival instinct, like their instinct. Like you got the girl who just completely melts down.
Right.
You've got, I think Ben, he's gets into survival mode. He's doing whatever he can to survive and all that kind of stuff. Then you got the other people that just want to hide.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the other people that are just like, we don't know what to do. Just tell us what to do. Because there's those people there too, which I think that would probably be me. I'm just going to go with whatever I think is the most safest.
You're willing to help out, but you're not sure exactly. Yeah.
And they're the only ones in that whole explosion. They're the only ones that like get eaten. I mean, I guess the girl does. We just don't see it.
Yeah.
But that always grosses me out, it's a very tame scene. And they're eating all the food.
Oh, you mean after the truck
explosion?
After the truck blew up,
eating.
Which was, was kind of like, that was kind of like real. Like, you know, they're trying to do something, and it wasn't like a new modern action movie where they're like, you know, dodging stuff. And it was like, yeah, he didn't park close enough and the hose didn't reach. And then they spilled the gas. Exactly. And you know what I mean?
It's and then it's too close to the torch. It's like you're trying to do all these things at one time.
And you could totally see how that would go wrong.
It would go wrong. Yeah.
And then the truck blows up, and then the zombies come by for some barbecue. Yeah.
They, so that scene's cool because one of the investors was, I guess, a butcher. So he supplied all the meats for all that. But
they were chewing on intestines. Is that real?
There's I guess there was.
That was nasty.
No, but that's a thing. It was edible. I looked it up. It's called something. It was cooked, but you're right. They were chewing on it. Yeah. I guess what got them all sick is all the blood seen in the movie was like Bosco's chocolate syrup.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So they put all that chocolate syrup all over the meat.
And the meat was cooked, obviously. The meat was cooked. Obviously.
Yeah, it was all real good meat. It was probably really good meat. Yeah. But mixing it with the chocolate grossed them out. And he said a lot of those like actor zombies were getting sick. And
they should just use barbecue sauce at that point, right? I mean, it would have looked the same.
Maybe they try. Maybe, I don't know.
Because you want to be able to distinguish the red from the chocolate sauce.
Maybe it doesn't have the same consistency look to it. Who knows?
Maybe hindsight. Yeah. Afterwards, the guy says, we could have just used barbecue sauce, guys. Yeah. Like, yeah.
But that always grosses me out. But I always like the idea that like the investor's like, well, I got all this meat. Here you go. Because at first he was investing, but also like just providing lunch. And then they came up with that idea as they were making the movie.
Oh, so he probably ran back to the shop and grabbed the meat. Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, but then who cooked it?
He did.
Oh.
Yeah. Or someone. I don't know. Maybe
they set up a little Weber grill off to the side.
Yeah.
Cooked up some meat.
Exactly. So.
But they weren't chewing on the meat. It probably wasn't warm. It was quite cold at that point, right? So probably. Cold meat and chocolate sauce?
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So now, that being said, is this a movie you got to see?
I would say it's definitely a movie you got to see. Mostly, I think, well, it's historical. Mm-hmm. Definitely. It's like, it's a first, right? Right. First in the genre of flesh-eating ghouls and zombies, right? Mm-hmm. As far as B movies go, it really wasn't bad. The guys that shot it knew what they were doing with their Mr. Rogers industrial film
warehouse stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they know what they're doing. I mean, I've seen a lot of cheesy B movies that, like the camera work's awful and the lighting's terrible and the editing's awful. Everything was put together pretty well. I mean, for what they were working with.
And the writing, even like what the characters spoke, even just the characters themselves were really good. I always like it when, like, you see this in Gremlins when they're actually telling a story, when like a character's telling a story, and then you're in this movie watching them tell a story, and then you like get kind of enthralled in that story that they're telling. Mm-hmm. So when he's telling the story about like when he was driving in the truck, like I like that. I always think that's really good, writing, and you're just like, wow, I want to see that. I want to see that scene. Or I want to know more about what happened there.
Yeah.
But okay, so movie you guys see.
Yeah, and the only thing that I didn't like I didn't like that the guy dies at the end.
Oh.
It was like you want a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, You just wanted him to be like, he went through all this, right? Mm-hmm. And he's the last person remaining in the house. You want like his efforts to be rewarded. Putting up with these people and, I mean, really taking charge of the situation. Why did he have to kill him? Or is it just, I can see it on one hand.
It does make it like a tragic ending. No one survived, as much as they could.
Yeah.
And you can do as much as you can to survive the zombies, but there's always people. And it wasn't, this director gets a lot of, praise for at this time, casting a black African American lead.
Yeah.
In a time when that wasn't happening as much, and I guess he got a lot of blowback for it, but he stuck to his guns. And it wasn't necessarily he was going out to do that. When the guy came in and read for the part, he was like, "Oh, he's it." So he's like, "This is the guy that's going to play this part."
Yeah, and for whatever his reasons were doing it, mm-hmm. The guy was great.
He was.
Yeah.
And he.
And it fit with the different types of characters that were in the movie.
But some people will say like, okay, so that ending is like a bigger story with race relations at the time.
Yeah, and I didn't I didn't get that because they really couldn't see.
They couldn't see.
They couldn't see.
And it could have been, it could have been the the bald guy coming out. I always forget his name, Harold or something. I can't remember, but it could have been him coming out. And they could have shot him.
Yeah, I didn't feel any sort of statement was made one way or the other, except that it was like just added to the tragedy of it that he just didn't make it out. Yeah.
So the ending, what do you think? And you never really know why this happened. There's all the suggestions like, oh, maybe it was that, maybe it was a radiation, but you never know. In the sequels, because there's 2 more that kind of follow this, they never really say what it is, but it's just the world gets more. It doesn't, at the end of this movie, they're like, oh yeah, we're wrapping up, we're done, we got it, it's contained. It doesn't get contained, it keeps going. But I guess from your point of view, watching it, do you think? Would you have liked it to end there, or do you want to know more what happens in the world?
Well, like I said, it's not really my genre,
right?
So I'm like, my question for you is, okay, so the story starts here, not with this movie and the whole zombie genre. So out of all the zombie movies that have followed, is there one? So what would be like? Oh, you want to see a really good zombie? Like this one was really good. Watch this one. Because there's like so many of them.
Yes,
right? Yeah.
I would not recommend it to you because I know you. But the sequel to this is I like it better.
Okay,
and it's kind of the same thing, but they're in a mall. They kind of take the mall, and maybe that's the aspect that I like about it is because it's more. The beginning is like it's the whole the state, everything is crumbling down, and these 3 people take a helicopter, they find a mall, and they make a home out of it. So that's probably why I like that a little bit more. Super gory, but it's like cheesy 70s orange blood gory.
Yeah.
So I like that one. I guess what I was asking, I'm not asking like, hey, do you want to watch the sequel? I'm asking more of, from your standpoint of watching this movie, would you want to know what happens more? Like, does it, or is it satisfying that like, oh yeah, they wrapped it up? It's contained.
Yeah, it's satisfying for me because I like the classic sci-fi movie where they tell a good story, but they don't really explain. They don't explain what happened. It's like this thing came from outer space, it landed, there's a monster, and they don't really it's more about the people in the situation, but they don't go back and explain like how it happened or where it came from. See, and that's okay. That's okay for me. So I'm willing to just let it go. Like it was just some crazy night and this weird thing happened.
Yeah. I always like the idea that because the sequels, it's never the same people. So it's just kind of like different times in different parts of the country that
how does the mechanism follow for zombieing in other films or the sequels? Is it still the same thing where it's some sort of space radiation, or
they never say?
They never say.
They never say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just it happened. But throughout the movie, there's always ideas and thoughts. Like it could be this, it could be that. But
I just wonder, is there a movie that had a more modern movie where they detail the mechanism?
The one thing that always follows, there's a line in the movie that they say, "Oh, this is why it happens." Like, you have all these like talking heads talking. It's this, it's this, it's this. Mm-hmm. But then you get the guy in the corner smoking a cigarette, and he goes, you know why this is happening? Not that this happened, but he's this type of person. He said, because when there's no more room in hell, the dead walk the earth.
That guy. Yeah.
So there's that. So I always wanted, after always watching this movie, like, let's follow the sheriff now, which he's a crack up. Weird. Doesn't look like a sheriff. He's
what's
got,
with
like,
what's with the
bandoliers, and he's just kind of walking like, I'm just, I left my poker buddies. I got to go take care of all these zombies, and I'll get back to my poker game.
What's with the hat? It's like his fishing hat, his vacation hat. It's like
exactly.
Yeah.
But I would have liked to see him think that he's got it all control, but when he maybe goes back to town, it's getting bigger, and then seeing him try to figure out, and then probably at the end he gets eaten.
That would be good. I would
like to see that movie.
I'd kind of like to see him because I'd like to see him taken down a notch.
Right.
Just a little bit.
He was very much like, yeah, this isn't that big of a deal.
Well, and I didn't like that they're just walking around and they're not like really checking to see if he's a zombie.
Right.
I mean, what if some guy was just hurt? Like he broke his leg and he's hobbling and he's trying to get away.
Yeah.
They would just shoot him.
Right.
Like, no, he wasn't a zombie.
I will tell you, they remade this movie in the 90s, and I actually saw that one first, and that freaked me out. So, but that ending was different because it was, he goes down into the basement, and then when the farm people come, or when the sheriff and all them coming, they open the door, he comes out, but he's a zombie. So he was like, he got bit or scratched. Something happened to where now he came out as a zombie and they shoot him.
What was the movie with Bruce Campbell in the cabin?
That's Evil Dead.
Oh, it's Evil Dead.
Yes.
Okay. For some reason I got that confused. Yeah, that's not
right.
Yeah, I just saw bits and pieces of that.
You saw that movie?
I didn't see the whole thing. That was scary. That was a scary one.
It was. Yeah. Now, if you watch part 2 and part 3, they're hilarious. They're not as scary.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should watch part 3.
Wait, what was
get a kick out of Army of Darkness.
So there was Night of the Living Dead 68.
Mm-hmm.
What was and there were sequels.
Dawn of the Dead.
Okay.
And then Day of the Dead.
Oh.
So those were that Day of the Dead came out in the 80s, so that was the last one. And then years went by, and I think in the early 2000s he made another one called Land of the Dead and Survival of the Dead. And then there's another one. So he made like 2 trilogies that were spaced apart.
Okay. And the same guy? The same
guy.
Same George Romero. Wow.
He made another movie called The Crazies, which I kind of really like.
Huh.
It's not zombies. It's just like it's a town of people going crazy. Small town. And yeah, you should watch that. I would recommend that one too. But all right, cool. So do you have a rating?
I do have a rating.
Okay.
And I have to preface this. Okay, so this is a movie you definitely got to see.
Okay.
Do I think it's a great movie? Historically, yeah, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But and then I also have to say, like, my rating system is like there's like 10 categories.
Right.
One of the categories is this was great. I want to see it again.
Rewatchability.
I want to see it immediately. Like,
oh yeah. Okay.
Am I going to watch it again like the next day because this was awesome?
Mm-hmm.
And there's some movies like that, right? There's some movies that you go to the theater, you see it, I'm going to pay money, I'm going to see it again. So, So first off, this one's not that, right? Okay. So the category above that is, am I going to watch it again in 5 years?
Oh shoot.
Right?
Yeah.
That tells you like how much you like it,
okay.
Right? Am I going to watch this again in 5? No. All
okay.
Right. So then you talk about like, was the score memorable? Was the production design good? So there's a lot of things technically and just my personal tastes that no, this is going to be ranked pretty stinking low.
Okay.
So I give it a 4.2.
Oh, 4.2? Not even a high 4?
No, it's not even a high 4. Okay, but I
expected a 5. That's what I was thinking.
A 5? Okay. It just went a little lower, but it's definitely a movie you got to see.
Mm-hmm.
It's got historical film significance.
Mm-hmm.
And that's,
yeah.
And like I said, and then it's just personal taste. I love cheesy sci-fi. There's some horrible 1950s monster space movies, which I absolutely love, which are horrible, which would probably even rate lower than this one.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, so, I got those movies too. I don't care.
So,
they're stupid. We know they're stupid.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep watching it.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. A low 4. That's low.
I know it hurts, but okay. So what's your rating on this movie?
So for me, it's I can take away for one reason. I like the score. Like, it's very eerie. It's not like this booming John Williams score, but like I can hear the subtle sounds or the subtle, and I know it's this movie. Like, even just the opening score in the beginning, like, I know that's Night of the Living Dead. So, and again, I've always told you before, I always get fascinated by the story behind the movie. And if I like that story and hearing them, what they had to do to make this and to all, being creative to do that, to me, that it goes higher. Again, it's a movie you got to see, historical significance. And, with the amount of budget they had and the time and all that kind of stuff, there are big blockbuster movies that are worse than this.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So I always take that into account. So for me, it's like an 8.9. I wouldn't exactly give it a 9, but it's high for me. Mm-hmm. I try to watch it every Halloween. There's might be some Halloweens I don't get to it, but it's definitely I would say mostly it's a yearly watch for me. And it's a good one. And again, it brings back memories of watching it with my grandpa.
If you got a history with it too, that makes it a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the cheesiness now. It's kind of like, it's a good movie, but it's also a good movie to make fun of. Yeah,
I'd look to see if Mystery Science Theater did
I would guarantee they probably did this.
No, they didn't.
Oh, they did?
I looked it up, yeah.
Because of the whole, they didn't have to pay nothing to do it. Public domain.
Oh, why didn't they do it?
I'm surprised.
It is weird.
Maybe they're like, oh, no, we can't touch it.
We can't make fun of this. It's too good.
Right. All right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't expect you to. I thought you would. What you said about the movie is exactly what I kind of imagined you would say. Didn't think you would go low 4s.
I forgot to bump it up from my.
So let's say low 5s. No.
4.8.
4.8. Okay.
But you definitely have to see it. I mean, if you're a movie person, I give it you definitely got to see it. Thumbs up. Yeah. Because it's
cool. All right. Well, thank you for sticking by. Night of the Living Dead. What do you think of it? What are you rating? Do you think it's high rating because of historical significance? Or do you think it's just too old, too much of a B movie, and should be skipped and go straight to Dawn of the Dead? Sometimes I think that, but nah. Everyone should watch this movie. Mm-hmm. All right. Cool. See you in the next one.